Hey guys, Nella here again, and today I'm coming at you with a slightly different video. This video I want to be personal, I want it to be real, so if I ramble a bit, I'm leaving it in because I want it to be as truthful as possible. There's something that I have mentioned briefly on Twitter and a little bit on Instagram, but not really covered properly. I've had a couple questions from you guys, and I know a lot of people have just been wondering, and I wanted to address it. So you may know that gender is on a spectrum. That there is not only girl and boy, there is also a whole in-between bit that is often called non-binary. Well, that is where I sit. I sit under non-binary. I am non-binary, and that is a lot to get off my chest to say in front of a camera. It's something I've been feeling for a really long time, forever in fact, and I've only recently come to terms with it, and that's why I thought it was important for me to talk about it. Another thing you've got to know is that gender and sex are entirely different. Sex is your scientific thing, so your chromosomes and your body parts, that kind of thing, and your gender is mostly in your head. Some people can identify with these same things, so your gender, it matches your sex, but others don't, and that's okay. My experience of being non-binary is that for me it's really fluid. My gender is something else, really. I don't really know how to explain it. I still haven't really come to find words that fit my experience, but sometimes I can feel as though I have absolutely no gender at all, and all these gendered constructs and just gendered ideas I don't understand them. I can't comprehend it when I feel like that. It's something so disconnected from me that I just look on it very strangely. I just don't get it. I can't comprehend it at all. When other times I can feel like a mixture of girl and boy, I can feel like something entirely of its own, a fluid mixture of different feelings, and that is usually where I sit. Sometimes my gender is stuck for a really long time and I will feel the same way for months, and sometimes it changes like that overnight and I wake up feeling very different to the day before, and I wake up feeling more comfortable with my body or feeling more comfortable in other types of clothes that I hadn't been comfortable in for a really, really long time. I want to say that the way I present with my clothing has nothing to do with my gender, but it can make me feel more comfortable. A little bit of history behind this is that as a kid I never identified as boy or girl. I never really connected with those two things at all. Whenever we had sex ed or like stuff to do with puberty, I never really listened because in my head I was like, I'm not boy or girl, so I don't need to listen to this, it doesn't apply to me. So obviously, with that thought in mind, when puberty hit, it was really strange. I didn't really understand what was going on as I'd ignored it for a really long time and just didn't know this was going to happen to me because my body was my body and my body was not boy or girl because my head wasn't boy or girl. Luckily, my parents never enforced gender roles on me or gendered constructs or gendered toys, gendered clothes. So for a really long time as a kid, I was a happy non-binary kid. I was just being me and doing what I wanted to do and following what I wanted to do, playing my own games, doing whatever the hell Nella wanted to do. But when puberty hit, I realised that something was a little weird, something was kind of off with my brain and my body, and some things did definitely not connect. Here I began to have a lot of internalized kind of struggle, and when I was about 14 I found the word non-binary on Tumblr, in fact, and I automatically connected with it. I knew that this is what was up, and from then on it took me a really long time to come to terms with it. I don't know why. I had a lot of internalized transphobia and it took a really, really long time. But last Summer in City in 2017, I realised, you know what, I've got so many beautiful friends who identify as non-binary and they're so happy and they are living a good life, and that it's possible to be who you are and true to yourself and have a really good time with it. It kind of clicked that this is who I am and that's okay, and that I need to stop running away from it and start embracing it. And that's where I'm at now, which is why I'm talking to you about it. So yeah, I am a non-binary, and my pronouns, I don't care really, because I am so fluid that I go with she, her, he, him, they, them. I don't care. You can use whatever you want to use. If you have any questions for me, just leave them down below. Maybe I'll make a Q&A if there are enough gender related questions. If this isn't okay with you, then that's not my problem, that's your problem. And please, negativity, just go away. Thanks. If you're family and you're watching this, I know some of you already know, but not everyone, so feel free to message me if you have any questions. I am very open with this, and I just want there to be talking about it and nothing else, just talking. Talking is so important, and communication is so important when it comes to this kind of thing. Remember to check out my other social media, of course, but yeah, I hope you have a very good day. Bye.